Hello. My name is Alana Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. This is part 2 of my job search for my 1L summer internship. Today I have my table talk interviews, and tomorrow I have my formal interviews from my PIPS stuff. What's it called? Public sector, public interest day. So I need to get ready. It's literally in an hour. I have my first interview, so this should not be looking like this. So I'm gonna get ready. I'm gonna kind of go all out. I'm gonna make up, do my hair, nice collared blouse, probably even a suit jacket, and probably like leggings or something on bottom. But what I did to prepare was that I got some questions of typical interview questions, like tell me about yourself, and why are you interested in this role, why law school, why this specific law school, strengths and weaknesses, and kind of prepared questions. And then in terms of research, I only have the ones I'm doing today, the table talk. So I have 3 organizations. I looked up kind of what their mission is, type of work on, type of cases that they work on, and noted ones that were a specific interest to me, and kind of follow-up questions that I would have about those specific things. And any experiences that I have are relevant, or stories that I would want to share that kind of relates to the work that they do. I did have names of people who are going to be on the interview, on the call, so I researched them. Couldn't find too many things on the persons themselves, but it helps to just know in general what their title is and what they do. So I wrote that down as well. So it's pretty for 3 organizations. I have about a page that bleeds a little bit into page 2, so it's not too much. I like to have things concise because I'm going to be on call on my laptop, and I'm gonna have my iPad next to it so that I can kind of look at it, and then the piece of paper with my little answers to my notes on the desk. I don't think I'll be reading it. I mean, it's my own answers, it's my own stories, but they'll be just nice to have there as a buffer. And yeah, that's the plan. I'm pretty nervous. I actually made myself I think I shared these before, the anti-stress teas, so I can relax before it starts. So that is the plan. We're ready to go. Whoop. I didn't want to do normal black. Oh my god, I dare this color to behave itself. I don't want to wear just black. So here I am. This is the real fit. Let me show you. This is the fit. Leggings. But I actually really do like this blazer. I've had it for a couple years now. But this is it. I am freaking nervous as heck now. It is 1:11. I have 20 minutes. I don't think I should be this nervous, but whatever. I'm nervous. Anyways, now I need to go to the bathroom, etc. Blah, blah, blah. And then probably look over my own stuff again, and we'll see. I have 2 back-to-back ones, and then my last one I have a 15-minute in between. So I'll update you then. Wish me luck. This is the setup. I didn't know that this would include more people, not just me and the organization's representatives, but other students. And the first time there was 2 strangers, and I was just oh, who is that? And I realized that I kind of spoke with the idea. Oh, I need to log on to class. Sorry. I was speaking as if I was the only person there, just because I just didn't realize that I wasn't going to be the only student. So that's problematic, but whatever. And it was the same place that rejected my application, so I still don't think I did an amazing job of representing myself in that moment. But you know what? I'm just practicing shooting my shot, The second one was with Carecen, which is, the work that I did in LA. And so that was that was actually kind of fun. It was really nice to speak to her. And there was another student, but it was actually a student from my school. So that was interesting. Like, that was fun as well. Um, and yeah, I think that one went really well. We were able to have a really good conversation. All three of us, all involved. And they're going to be sending the posting. And I'm just very excited to apply. And hopefully that works out. I do have another. This is the worst. It's because I have class at 2 p.m. But I have I have another 2:15 meeting, so I'm gonna be logged into class but not really paying attention, which is not the best thing. But I was trying to do it on my iPad so I can just put it away all discreet, but it's not letting me, so I'm gonna have to do it through my computer and hopefully that works. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's not gonna work. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick so I can figure that out. But I have my next one at 2:15. And it's a new organization that I actually know really much nothing about, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so that last table talk went pretty well. It's actually for a fellowship after you graduate, so it's not going to be something that's useful to me right now. But I mean, it was nice to know about. It's kind of nice to have that in my back of my mind for when I do graduate and I'm ready to apply to that. So it's nice, but not relevant right now. My whole class thing, like, I ended up doing that on the computer, and I did the interview thing, table talk, on my iPad. And then I went straight to class, and now I have, a ton of things to do as per usual. I took a 2-hour break, which is fine. We all need breaks, but I probably just not very well planned. I have a ton of things to do, but I am excited that I have that one application that I got out of these 3 15-minute meetings. That's exciting. I look forward to that. And then tomorrow I have 2 formal interviews in the afternoon. So, see you then. It's Saturday, y'all. I have my 2 formal interviews today in a little less than an hour. I'm ready. Did some readings this morning and some more prep. I think I'm gonna go over my potential questions that I can get asked, but this is the fit. I'm not really in the mood today. I think I was more like prepared mentally to do interviews yesterday than I am today, so problematic. So we'll see how it goes, but yeah, wish me luck. I did want to do a recap on what table talk actually was, since I was so surprised by it. So in case you are watching this as a pre-law student or a law student who maybe hasn't done PI, PS Day table talks, at least from my experience with the virtual realm, I don't know if it was different in person when they did that, whatever days back in the past. But table talks was that it was I don't know how they decided how many students were in the room, but I had some where there were 3 of us in total, me included, plus the people from the org, and then the another one there's only 1 other, so 2 of us. So I'm assuming 2 to 3 students per, like, 1 to 2 representatives of the organization that you're table talking with. And I think it's supposed to represent you going up to a table in a kind of career fair type of thing. So there was only 15 minutes long, and originally I thought we were going to be asked questions, or that we needed to know a lot about the org the way you would in an interview, but that's not exactly the case. I think the main point was that they were telling us what the organization was, and then we could ask a question. And but it was confusing because it was advertised as a way of potentially getting a job, etc. And I mean, for one of them, I was able to get a posting so that I could apply, and that didn't happen in my other 2. But it was a little bit misleading because that made me, think that I had to be prepared. But really, it was just them giving us questions, giving us information. So that's table talk. And these are, the ones I have today, are labeled formal interviews. But I also don't know what that means, in the sense that it was an open slot interview, so I didn't really apply to them. I just got this open slot interview with them. So I'm not sure what that means, in the sense that if I interview well, it doesn't mean I get a job. It's weird. So that's just something I do plan on asking them, just so that I'm aware. So yeah, but that's a little synopsis of what that is. And my first interview is going to be in about 28 minutes. I'm going to go to the restroom, get some water, go over my little prompts that I made for myself, and go from there. Okay, just did my first one. Definitely a little awkward. I get such a freaking problem with my throat when I get nervous that I can't even speak. And then also there was like noise in the background, which was not fun. It was good stuff. I just felt a little awkward. But they were really chill. So that's exciting. That was a Texas one. So it was interesting. I also need to send a cover letter. I have 2 cover letters to send. Why do I do this to myself? I really should have been more prepared. Take this as a lesson, y'all. Do your cover letters early. But yeah, okay. So I have 4 minutes until my next one. I'm gonna go over that again. They didn't even ask me. What did they ask me? I guess they did ask me to tell them. No, they didn't even ask me to tell them about myself. I think they just asked me what like brought me to Pro Bar, and then they asked very specific. That's the org name. They asked me very specific questions about like what kind of skill sets would I have, or like how would I deal with certain situations, etc. So that was interesting. Wasn't really expecting that, but I mean, I've done the work. I have experience, so I knew what to say, I guess. But they asked me a question in Spanish because like the proficiency, and I realized afterwards that they didn't really expect me to respond in Spanish. They just wanted me to see. I think they just wanted me to see if they just wanted to see if I could understand the question in Spanish. But I gave them a response in Spanish. Probably not the best because I was a little bit thrown, and the question was also something I wasn't necessarily expecting. They asked like academic and experiences that I've had that make me think that I would do well in their job. And like I do have experiences, and I do have like academic experience, but I was just very like, what? And then they asked me in Spanish, so I was like, what times 2? So I responded back in Spanish, but it was like it was a little weird. So anyways, 2 minutes, and that's when they allow us to go in. I don't think anybody's in there yet, but gotta go. Wow, that last one was good. Hopefully I freaking get it. But also, the questions, they just kept coming. She was like, I love your resume. I love all these things. I want to hear, I have my own questions that I want to ask you. And then when she asked me a question that they wanted me to, the organization asked her to ask me, I freaking fumbled the ball a little bit because I just misunderstood the question. Because she like read me 4 different questions that she had on her little sheet that she had to ask me. And she was just like, she asked them all at once, and the last question was very specific. It was like, when do you ask for help, and when do you offer like help to others in regards to caseload? And I was just like, well, like, cause like it was more about like teamwork, but then she asked me that specific question. So I think I was just talking about like, well, I offer help whenever I can give help, type of thing. Always willing to be of service, etc. And then when do I ask for help? And I was just like, I thought she meant like case work as in like an entire client. Like, when do I give that up? And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the best at like giving up entire clients up, etc. And she was like, oh, well, you should like ask for questions. I'm like, she was like, you should ask questions if you like have help, etc. I'm like, oh, no, like, please, I misunderstood you. Like, when I'm working on a case, I always ask for clarifications. I always just make sure that I'm doing what I should be doing, because we wouldn't want to get at the end of a case and realize that something was wrong from the beginning. Like, I'm always asking for clarifications, always asking questions if I'm confused, etc. Making sure that I'm doing everything as I should be. And she was like, oh, okay, good. Like, I'm glad that's your real answer. I'm like, yes, please, don't mark me down as someone who freaking doesn't ask questions when they're confused. Like, hell no. So that was kind of a fumble, but I think it worked out. She seemed amazing. She seemed to really love me. She was saying that she would advocate for me when it came to choosing someone. And then I asked for her email, and so I have her email now. So that is pretty exciting. So I am excited. I'll be working on like cover letters. I don't know if I'll like extend this or not, but toodaloo for now. Okay, so I did just submit a cover letter for one of those places that I interviewed with. And I don't really remember the questions I got asked in particular. I like kind of blanked out, but they were not like your normal questions that I had prepared. It wasn't like, tell me about yourself. It wasn't, why'd you go to law school? Why are you interested in this role? It was very specific, like what skills do you think you bring? Like, why would you be a good candidate for this role? They also asked a lot of questions about my resume, which somebody had warned me about. Like, if you put something on your resume, be prepared to talk about it. And yes, be prepared to talk about it. There was like, I helped lead like a how to deal with stress workshop at my last job. And so I put it on there because I did do that. And so then they asked me about it and I was just like blanking out, like, what the frick was it? I remembered, so it went well. But yeah, if you're gonna put stuff on your resume, just go over your resume and remember everything. Like, be able to talk about all the points, I guess. But yeah, I wish I could have remembered all the questions so I can let you all know. But it was very specific. It was like, how do you apply skills you have gained at whatever experience you have, and then how would that work here, type of thing. So yeah, that was my first, like, those were my first formal interviews. I've never been formally interviewed for anything. Like, I've had jobs before, but they were kind of like just interviews to meet me. Like, I kind of already had the job essentially. So yeah, this is the first time that I'm really going through all of this like process without knowing anything about whether I'll be taken or not. So I just hope that these are all the ones I have to do, because it is so stressful trying to be behind the jobs and doing school. So I really hope this is it for me. Wish me luck. I will keep you all updated on any other interviews that I have or when I get a job. So yes, wish me luck. Hey, kind of forgot that I was vlogging. I got a new interview for Caresen. We did the table talk in PIPS day. Got an interview. I have it literally in 2 minutes right now. I'm a little nervous, but I feel like I look good. And I did get an offer from one of the orgs that I interviewed with for PIPS day, so that's exciting. Should not be as nervous as I am, considering that I do have an offer and I don't need to worry about that anymore. But the nerves are always there, so oh, 1 minute. Okay, anyways, we'll see what gets asked of me here. I prepared kind of with the questions that I got asked of me last time of my other interviews, so we'll see how it goes. OMG, hey, I totally forgot to let you guys know about how my Goddess interview went. It went really well. They asked similar questions that I got asked for PIPS day. Things on my resume, how I like to expand on that a little bit, how I think previous experiences are gonna help me do well with them. They asked me a question in Spanish as well, and I did respond in Spanish, a little bit more put together than the first time I got asked something in Spanish. And then also, they did ask more general questions about myself, like, tell me about yourself, tell me about why you're interested in this, are you going to be interested in immigration, do you think you're going to change careers, etc., like, type of thing. They wanted to see, I think, how interested I was in the area, in their job, and yeah, it was they had 2 interview people. It was with 2 people and myself. It lasted an hour, which was really long. But it went well, and I actually got the offer like 2 hours later after I interviewed, so that was amazing. So now I have 2 offers that I am considering, and that is super exciting because it's still, I mean, it's February. You know, these things would start in May or June. It's wild, but this is exactly what I've been hoping for, praying for, because it feels so good to not have to apply anywhere else. Like, 2 offers, I'm done, I'm good. I'll just pick one. I was happy with one, happier with 2 and just happy that I can put this away. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll let you guys know what I chose. Maybe you'll see once I get started in the summer, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. Thank you for following on my journey to get these jobs, these job offers. It's been crazy. Sorry again that I cannot remember the actual questions. I think that would have been so awesome, but the trauma of the interview. I'm just kidding. It was just a lot in the moment, to remember everything. So I hope this is minimally helpful at least. Good luck to all of y'all still looking for jobs. Good luck to everyone doing anything. We all got this. Continue on your journey of believing yourself. See you in the next one.